আচ্ছা, আজকে আমরা কমপ্লেক্স অ্যানালিসিসের ইউনিট 3-র একটা থিওরেম স্টার্ট করব, কিন্তু তার আগে আমার একটু ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড লাগবে এটার জন্য। তো যে কনসেপ্টগুলো আমার লাগবে সেটা আমি একটু বলে দিচ্ছি। ফার্স্টলি উই নিড Cauchy's integral formula. Cauchy's integral formula is a very well-known formula in complex analysis and it is used to evaluate any contour integration. তো এটা আমি স্টেটমেন্টটা একবার বলে দিই। দ্যাট ইজ, if the function fz is analytic within and on a simple closed curve C which is taken in the anticlockwise sense, and suppose this A is any interior point of this contour, then Cauchy's integral formula states this one: my f of A equal to 1 by 2 pi I close integration over C fz by z minus a dz. Okay, it is very important for the evaluation of contour integration. Okay, now this theorem can be, but this formula can be extended to evaluate the derivative of any complex function. To find out the derivative of any complex function at a particular point, this theorem is extended. And what is the extended version? Let's see that. Also, the nth derivative of fz at z equal to a is given by this formula. What is the formula? fna equal to n factorial by 2 pi I close integration over c fz by z minus a whole to the power n plus 1 dz. Okay, this is the formula to find out the nth derivative of any complex function. So if you put n is equal to 1, then you will get this result. If we put n equals to 2, then you will get another result. Okay, so this is the formula for find out the successive derivative. Now come to the main theorem which I am going to prove today. The theorem is Liouville's theorem. It is a very important theorem. So what is the statement is? My statement is, if fz is an entire function and if its modulus is uniformly bounded, then fz is identically equal to a constant. Okay, so first of all, the function fz is entire function. What is entire function? A function which is analytic throughout the complex plane is called entire. Okay, so my fz is analytic throughout the complex plane, and in addition it is said that its modulus is uniformly bounded. Then this theorem states that fz is identically equal to a constant. Okay, let's prove this statement. So firstly, what is given to us? It is given that my fz is entire function. So let's write that since fz is an entire function, therefore it is analytic throughout the complex plane. Okay, now let's construct a contour. I have considered a circular contour. In this circular contour, my center is z and the radius is r, and I am naming this contour as c. Okay, and zeta being any variable point in and on the contour. Z, my zeta is the variable point. Okay, so what is the equation of this contour? As it is a circle, then it will be of this form: my zeta minus z mod is equal to r, because this is the center and this is the radius, and zeta be the any variable point. So let's take a circular contour C with center z and radius r. You write the equation C colon, that is my zeta minus z equal to r. Okay, so as the fz is analytic throughout the complex plane, then definitely fz will be analytic within and on this contour also. As it is analytic throughout the complex plane, therefore it is analytic inside and on the contour. So let's write that. since fz is entire, therefore fz is analytic within and on the given contour C, zeta minus z equal to r. Okay, now since fz is analytic within and on this contour, then inside and on this contour this Cauchy's integral formula will be satisfied. Okay, so for if we put n is equal to 1, then definitely this relation also can be applied for the function fz. So let's write that. Therefore, by Cauchy's integral formula for derivative of fz, we can write what we can write. So if we are putting n equal to 1, okay, so the equation will be like this. The equation will be like this: f dash z equal to 1 by 2 pi I integration f zeta d zeta divided by zeta minus z whole square. Okay, here I have taken my zeta as variable and z be the interior point. Okay, so my equation becomes like this. Okay, since the modulus of f is uniformly bounded, therefore there exists capital M greater than 0 such that mod of f zeta less than equal to capital M for all zeta as it is given. So let's give its equation 1. Okay, now and suppose this is 1 and this is 2. So therefore now from 1 I am taking modulus both side of 1. So what we will get? Mod of f dash z equal to mod of 1 by 2 pi I integration over c f zeta by zeta minus z whole square d zeta. Okay, now from the properties of integration, this modulus will be less than equal to, okay, 1 by 2 pi mod of I means 1, so 1 by 2 pi from this part integration mod of f zeta by mod of zeta minus z whole square, and this mod of d zeta, so this d zeta will become some elementary arc. Okay, so it becomes some ds, where ds is an elementary arc along C. Okay, why it becomes elementary arc? Because as we take the modulus, so it becomes a real number now. It is not any complex number right now. So as it is mod, so as we are considering real integration, that's why I am taking this d zeta will be converted to some real arc. So it is ds. Okay, so less than equal to this one. Now less than equal to mod of f zeta less than equal to capital M. So I am going to apply this. So 1 by 2 pi less than capital M by, okay, what is the integration of the contour? What is the equation of that contour? The equation was mod of zeta minus z equal to r, my contour C. Okay, so I am putting r in this place, so my r square and ds. Okay, clear? Now equal to 1 by 2 pi integration capital M by r square ds. Now I am taking m by r square outside of the integration, so equal to 1 by 2 pi m by r square into integration over c ds equal to 1 by 2 pi m by r square. Okay, what is the value of this one? This is the area of the contour, that means the area of the circle, so it will be 2 pi r. So the answer will be m by r. So that's what we will get. We will get, therefore, my mod of f dash z less than equal to m by r. Okay, now let us choose arbitrary epsilon greater than 0. For this chosen epsilon greater than 0, mod of f dash z less than epsilon if m by r less than epsilon. This will be less than epsilon if this will be less than epsilon. That means imply r greater than m by epsilon. That means whenever r becomes so big, my derivative of the function will be strictly, the modulus of the derivative of the function will be less than any arbitrary positive number. Now as epsilon is arbitrary, therefore what we will get from this equation? F dash z equal to 0. Okay, now give this equation number 3. Okay, now let, as fz is a complex function, so fz was what? It was like u plus iv, where u v belong to real. Okay, now f dash z equal to ux plus ivx. It is true from differentiability of a complex function, we all know it. Now f dash z equal to 0 implies what? ux 0 and vx 0. This is a very important part. Now since fz is entire, therefore CR equation, that means Cauchy-Riemann equations, will be satisfied. Therefore ux equal to vy and vx equal to minus uy. It will be satisfied for this fz. Now as ux equal to 0, vx equal to 0, therefore from this equation what we will get? We will get vy equal to 0, uy equal to 0. So apply this. Since ux equal to vx equal to 0, therefore uy equal to vy equal to 0. Thus ux equal to uy equal to 0 implies what? It will imply u is constant, vx equal to vy equal to 0, what it will imply? V is constant. So my u is constant, v is constant, therefore fz equal to u plus iv equal to constant. Therefore we have proved that the function fz is identically a constant, and hence it is Liouville's theorem. It is proved. Okay, it is very important. The statement is very important, the proof is very important, and the application is also very important. We will consider the applications in our next lecture, but firstly go through the whole theorem and prepare it. Okay, thank you.